Happy Crimson Tuesday! Hello. Hello, hello. Another one of these. So we do have a planned Dan. A planned Dan. And hopefully he can make it. Oh my goodness. Ambersine, thank you so much for the sub. Yay! Yeah, hopefully, yeah. Dan should be able to make it. He was having slight software issues when he upgraded Pro Tools, and he had to upgrade his Windows to get Pro Tools working again, etc. But he says that he should have things kind of okay for us tonight to work on something, so I'm looking forward to that. Blaholton, happy Crimson Tuesday. That person went to too. Happy Crimson Tuesday. Good to see you folks. Yeah, so there's some few fun things I want to share before we get on to Dan. So Dan will be on at around 9:30 or so, but we have plenty of stuff to show. David Alexander 82, good to see you as well. Welcome. Yeah, so I suppose what I'll start off with is a developer update. So, yeah, if anyone comes in and you've missed developer update or whatever, I feel more than happy to repeat what I'm about to say. Um, I tend to forget what I say anyway, so repeating stuff tends to come naturally. So if I forget that I've done developers update and I start doing it again, just don't mind me. I'm sure other people will have missed it the first time, but it's going well. Yeah, I did not make my finish chapter 5 by October deadline. Oh, the wolves! The wolves, thank you so much for the raid. Yeah, so what we're going to do now that the wolves has raided us, we are going to show some speed runs, but I'm going to give a quick developer update. And then we're going to move on to the speedy adventure stuff. Santa Claus, good to see you. Large raid, fantastic. Yay. Good to, yeah, so I'll move onto that really soon. Speaking of which, so the Crimson Diamond demo was this short run challenge for the Speedy Adventures community for the year of September. I wish it was a year. For the month of September. And just to let you guys know, so the demo is chapter 1 of the game. I am working on chapter 5 right now. I'm just testing chapter 5 right now, the chapter 5 section 3 of 3. And when I'm finished testing it a little bit, I am going to then start working on the assets for it. And there's not very many assets. Well, there's a reasonable amount, but not as much as for section 2 of 3 of chapter 5. So I'm hoping to get a good amount of assets done, and I'm hoping by stream next week or possibly the week after, I will indeed have chapter 5 completely finished. Chapter 5 of 7. So that's exciting stuff. Totem, good to see you. Evil Tentacle, Cosmo Boy 3, Frozen Spade. The Wolves, thanks. Kima BG says, I love how I always forget about Crimson Tuesday, then get super happy surprised when the Twitch notification comes up. Fantastic. Happy Crimson Tuesday. Yeah, so that's the developer update. I am testing Chapter 5, Section 3. I'm going to work on some assets for it, do all the assets for it, and then Chapter 5 will be in the books. Chapter 6 is the last gameplay chapter, and then that's the game, basically. There will be, Chapter 7, Test of Knowledge debrief, but Chapter 6, last gameplay bit. So we're getting there. But first, I guess I want to move on to real quick. We're going to move on to, because of the raid. Thank you so much again, the Woofs. We are going to go into Speedy Adventures. So as I mentioned, the Speedy Adventures community. You can find them on Discord. Hold on, give me the okay. Speedy Adventures. Right. Yes, then on to the Crimson Diamond sequel. Exactly, David Alexander 82. And I do have a bunch of really fun ideas for that. Aww. Nancy emoji plus fish equals adorable rotating purple octopus. Always time for tea. Good to see you. No time like the present. You're not late at all. But yeah, that is the Speedy Adventure Short Run Challenge is over, says Nightbot. Thanks to everyone who participated. I've put together a playlist of all the winning runs, and so I'm going to get into that a little bit. And there's a link to join their community. And they run a lot of things. So right now they're working on, they're doing speedrunning of Return to Monkey Island. I'm not sure what the short challenge for this month is, but yeah, they do a bunch of different stuff, a bunch of different fun activities. And so, yeah, it was really cool to have the Crimson Diamond demo be the short run challenge. And it was super encouraging and nice to see that people got excited about it and there was a lot of participation in it. I'd like to thank all the runners who participated. I've got just names of some of you folk who did place on the rankings for all the different kinds of runs. There were 6 different categories that were run. There was Oh No's, One Short Eye, Lemming, Renault, Casey, Totem, and Santa Claus. Thank you so much to you guys for doing the rating, doing the running. I did my own bit, and as expected, I my times were nowhere near anybody else's times. But I was hoping that that would be the case. You guys are super pro at it, and I'm just an old dev just demonstrating some of those runs. Okay. Frozen Spade says short run challenge every month or so, every other month or so. Okay, gotcha. David Alexander 2082. Herring plus herring equals, I don't know. Is that, I thought that was a lemur or something. I don't think that's a lemur. Yeah, good game runners. Okay, so just to give you an idea, I'm just going to give you a quick rundown. Any percentage completion of the demo, my run was a minute 49:58. The one with the quickest time for the any percentage run was Santa Claus, at 46:40, which is like a full minute off of my time, which I can't even conceive of. We're gonna actually watch all of these. I put them all on a playlist, and that is one of the links on the Nightbot is the playlist for all these winning runs. I haven't seen them yet, so I'm gonna watch them for the first time. So let's get started on that actually, and then I can just kind of rhyme them off. So mine was a minute 49:58. Santa Claus's was 46:40. So let's I've got this all queued up here, and let me turn off this music for now. Okay. And okay, here we go. Hopefully you guys can still see it. Okay, good. Okay, wait, you guys, no, you don't want to see it that way. Okay, I think this is going to give you the proper viewing experience. Hold on, I just want to double check on my phone to make sure everything looks okay. Please let me know if this looks okay to you. Because, yes, full screen, perfect. Okay, so I'm going to run. So this is the first run. This is any percentage, and this is Santa Claus and Polygon 586. You can find down here the channel. Okay, looks good. Perfect. Okay, so here we go. So it sets this up, does all the setting up. Oh my goodness. If the sound is too high, please let me know. I actually didn't sound check this part. A lot of good. Oh my goodness, a lot of good use of this parsher shortcuts. No mistakes, man. I made so many typos. She's... Wow. Oh, one typo in the stand. Gotcha. I didn't know HJJ would work. That's kind of amazing. I'm learning all kinds of stuff when you guys run this. Amazing. Fantastic. 4661 was that one. So congratulations, Santa Claus. That was incredible. Oh, Totem, you also found some cool parser shortcuts. What's really interesting about this parser shortcuts is, yeah, there's stuff that I put in there, but in combinations, you guys are using combinations that I wasn't even anticipating. Like the H for help was supposed to open up the help screen. I didn't expect anyone to use it for help jack. That was completely new discovery for me. That was amazing. Okay, so the next run is the shower percentage. So the shower percentage run is how quickly can you get Nancy in to get that special shower cutscene that we experienced? Mine was a 45:63. Totem ran this in 29:11. I don't know how this works. So that's this one. Yeah, Evil Tentacle. I'm so pleasantly surprised. And there's actually also thanks to the speedrunners, they gave me a lot of really good feedback on how to fix the game. And there's something I did fix that was in the demo, and I'll talk about that after we show all the runs, if I remember. But here is Totem's shower percent run. I love hearing all the mechanical keyboard. I believe that is. Oh wait. Oh, this is a booze percent run. I'm so sorry, Totem. This is your 3920 booze percent run. I just skipped one by accident. Okay, this is booze percent run. My run was 51:78. Totem's was 39:20. Most of this is the animation. And to stop, I suppose, is when the death screen pops up. Perfect. Yes, the command here was booze. I don't even know if I realized you could just do booze. Yeah, video 1990, yeah, exactly. Need the unlockable skateboard mode for faster runs. It's speedrunners are amazing playtesters because they're extremely meticulous and detail oriented. So yes, thank you guys so much for doing this. So I'm gonna next is the shower percent run. I just accidentally skipped it, so let's just run that one real quick. Here we go. So this is the one where I did it in 4563 and Totem did this in 2911. I don't know if you guys are clearing text boxes that fast. Like I guess I'm just not hammering that enter key fast enough. Congratulations, Totem, for that run. Yes, the wolves, yeah, 100% of this context would be all points. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I must have misspoken. Go home on summer, good to see you. Yeah, in this the parser, you guys, your parser skills, I don't even know, and I'm used to testing this thing, so I'm putting the same inputs in all the time, and I still mess up. I don't know, you guys are like that. That is amazing, very very skillful. Okay, so the next one is, this is getting all the objects, and mine wasn't even like correct, I think, because I missed out on us ice chips. My run for all objects was 2 minutes and 14 seconds. Santa Claus basically halved my time here at 1:12. So let's take a look at that. Yes, RSVP Nancy, RFP Nancy. Yeah. It was one of those fun things I added. But okay, here's the 112 Santa Claus's 112 all objects run. Dio Loco, good to see you. Hi from a stay late in the night European fan. I'm a stay late in the night Canadian person, so I totally get it. Wow. Santa Claus picked up the hat and the coat so fast. I just looked away from the screen for a second and they were already gone. Wow. I can't even read what it says. That's how fast this is going. Speedrunners are amazing. I was in awe. Oh, get Jordan. Interesting. I want to get Nut, maybe? I don't know if you can do get Nut, actually. I would say most of these items, I think, are you need them in the rest of the game, but most of these are not used in the first chapter. Getting everything in turn. Oh, warm ice water. I didn't know that you could do it that way. Interesting. Woo, that was blistering. 1:12. 1:12. Fantastic. Congratulations, Santa Claus, for that an amazing, amazing run. This next one is this is an all points run. My all points run, and I streamed a lot of these. My all points run was 2 minutes and 16 seconds, and Totem's all point run was 1:60. Yeah, Cosmic 43. Yeah, H is for help, and JJ. So I gave abbreviations for every character's name, but you can use PP for present people. So that's what people tend to use because that saves a lot of time. But yes, JJ is Jack. HJJ is Help Jack. Okay, so this is the 100% all points run for this. So this is 1:00. 1:00. Shocking. And very, very, very amazing. Get to pick up The pick? Oh, I didn't. Oh, because of course, because the pick, the ice pick. I guess pick is a synonym for get, so you can get for the ice pick. Fantastic. it looks like it looks like Nancy just ran up to Jack and he just burst into a cloud. Ah. Pick might work custom 43. I don't actually know. A minute. Yeah, it's so quick. Yeah, always time for tea. It's so quick. The point chime doesn't get a chance to finish. Oh, so thank you again, Speedy Adventures community, for making the demo, the short challenge of the month. And yes, I was been mentioning that I do want to make the game, the entire game, kind of really friendly for runners, and some of the ways I'm going to be doing that. Some of those longer animations, I'll be making those kind of skippable with the escape key. Longer dialogues, I'll be making skippable with the escape key. I've already implemented a few improvements, like, yeah, opening the west or the left door, you could do with OWD or OLD. Same with the right door, things like that. Yeah, and just a bunch of quality of life stuff that I should have kind of fixed for myself to begin with, but when runners are doing things so repetitively, those slight bits of friction in the UI and everything, they tend to really start being frictiony, and so guys, I have you guys to thank for that as well. One thing I did want to mention is, yeah, someone mentioned in the demo, so there is two ways to listen to the study conversation, and that you can hide behind the tapestry or you can listen to the door with the glass. And it was pointed out to me that if after you help Jack with the dishes, you can still listen to that conversation if you use the glass on the study door after you've helped Jack with the dishes. And that shouldn't really be right, because if you enter that room and hide behind the tapestry, nothing happens. So I have fixed that. So now what happens is Nathan and Evan will stay at the dinner table, and even after you helped Jack with the dishes, and they will stay there until you clear the plates. So at that point, it's going to be like those are two consistent ways you can sort of listen at the, and nothing that won't change. So that's definitely an improvement. So again, thank you guys so much. If you guys have more feedback in terms of bugs or things you think can be improved, I'm all ears. I can't thank you guys enough for this. That person 122 says, what I really like about the game is how you can discover new hidden things upon replays. The speedrun listen to some conversations I missed, and that's gonna carry through the entire game, where there'll be a bunch of stuff, extra conversations, and like story subplots that you can catch if you care to, or you can just follow that main line of the game, and so that'll hopefully encourage replay and also kind of encourage people to be more thorough or less thorough depending on how they want to play it. The wolf says, thanks for participating with us. This one was one of the best challenges I think we've ever had. Lots of runs and lots of categories. Oh, I was going to say OLD, so like, so you have to have spaces in between each of those letters. So O space L space D would be it. And I'm so glad you guys are excited to play the full game. I have one more run. I managed to clinch a first place finish in one of the categories, and that's because I was the only one to enter this category. And I maintain this is probably the most challenging category in any of these categories, because it requires the most inputs. And I can say that because no one else attempted it, so no one can tell me that I'm wrong. And that is the open all doors, cupboards, and drawers run, which I completed in 3 minutes and 46 seconds. I'm sure that can be run much faster. Just going by all the other ways I've been completely and thoroughly beaten by pro runners. But I'm going to show that one last. Always time for the bucket rendering competition. Yeah, I do have like months to work on a bucket. Okay, here is my run of open everything in the game. And the thing is not everything stays open. At certain points in the game, some doors will open and close to indicate certain things or other. But this is, hopefully I didn't miss anything with this run. So this is my 3-minute 46-second run, and it's got me talking over it and everything, of course. But this is the last category. Open everything in the game that's openable. Oh, 3. Oh, this is the end of it. This is the end of the run. Uh-oh. Hopefully this is the right run, because I know I ran it a few times. Let's just scrub this back. Okay, here we go. Well, they got a lot of the same people together, which is kind of exciting, and particularly like Michael Land, who did Curse of Monkey Island soundtrack, and that's an amazing soundtrack. I also really like Curse of Monkey Island. So hopefully it raises the profile of adventure games in general, and gets more people interested in the genre. Alright, I'm going to try this with the new hat, and then if I have a good time, then we'll move on to art stuff, and if we don't, I'm just going to try again. Yes, okay. Kind of weird to watch myself do this, because I've probably like looked doubled up now. Press 1, just press 1 to start, press 1 to stop. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna get another hat. Vlau Holtzen just redeemed hats off to you. Yeah, I can only imagine. I can't see what this looks like, but I can only imagine what this looks like. How many doors and cabinets are there? Eating With says, a lot. And that's one thing I do want to add, is I just want to add, for people who do want to do this run in the future, I'm gonna hopefully add like a command you can check that you've opened everything. But Vlau Holtzen redeemed hat, so I'm gonna grab a hat so you can see which one is the real Julia and which one is the video Julia, and then I'll play this. I'll start playing this again. Okay, I'll pick a hat you guys haven't seen yet. 1 second. Okay. Real Julia is the one with the purple hat. Okay. Yes, if I replay this in the future, there will be 3 Julias. I should just keep replaying it. Okay, here we go. Okay. Speed. Focus. Juliaception. I have the tiger, right? So these doors you'll be able to do open SW door and open SE door if you want. I kind of made that happen. And this I do have to make skippable, some of this animation. You can already do open left and open right drawer, I think, here. Open left to right nightstand drawer. Okay. And I forgot to turn off those. Oh well, I think it's a minor time loss. I remember turning off the tutorial boxes. And this you can definitely skip through that animation now. I have fixed that, or changed it. And I did fix this so you don't have to open up this one first. You can open these in any order. So, lots of little bugs here and there, and that really contributes to the game being smooth. I think basically every room has something in it to open. Actually, the tea room doesn't. The room to the right of this corridor doesn't. But you still have to open that door. Buzz. You can actually see the wonderful job that the captions are doing. Because it didn't say asbestos. I don't remember saying that. Yeah, I feel like probably for the second set of doors here, I don't necessarily need to open this stuff in a certain order. Like the double doors are a bit of a stretch, and I feel like they're a bit of a time waste. But it's fine. Oh yeah, there's nothing in the bar to open. I'm not a pro. We'll leave some optimizations for the pros. Man, I hope I remember to talk to Albert. I did, didn't I? Karijitsu, good to see you. Karijitsu is another streamer. I'm gonna shout out Karijitsu if my thing works properly. Karijitsu played the demo, not this quickly, but Karijitsu did play the demo. Doing well, Karijitsu. How are you doing? Okay. We just doing a speed run of the demo here because it was a speed run challenge last month. And this is me attempting to speed run. I'm nowhere near as good as the folks that are in chat right now. You were overly thorough. No, you were amazing, Karijitsu. You were like a pro. You didn't need any hints or anything. You made it through the whole demo. Oh, my pleasure. For the shout out. All right, so that's my 346.37. Okay, I'm happy with that. Right, so there it is. Opening up everything that's openable in the demo, 346.37. Yes, Hero of Shafir. So this was the world record. No one else entered in this category, which is why I can declare myself the holder of this record. All right, Berkeley, it's good to see. A real Julia, yeah. I don't know, for whatever reason this camera has trouble focusing, but if I turn on the Logitech like little app, even though it says it doesn't do anything because OBS is using the camera, that works for whatever reason. Thank you, the Wolves, for saying that's a great run. Oh no, Hivoria said, so nice to see this all come together today. So many people got involved. My arm felt good enough to do it this past weekend, but then my computer died and I couldn't run it. Oh no. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Hopefully when the full game does come out, hopefully first quarter of 2023, people will be able to run the whole thing. Or Berkeley, so Speedy Adventure, so like Nightbot just put the Speedy Adventures link up in chat. So there's a community, a Discord community, that does speedrunning of adventure games, and every month or so, every other month or so for some challenges, they pick games to speedrun. They're currently running Return to Monkey Island. And so I didn't pick it. They just contacted me and said, with some bugs, and said, I don't know if you're still working on this or not. And I'm like, yes, totally. And please, I would love to be included in the speedrunning stuff. And so they submitted a bunch of runs. And so the YouTube link that's in the Nightbot link is a playlist of all these runs that I've just shown just now, which is all 6 categories, the fastest times for each category as of October 3rd, which was the deadline for this. And yeah, it was super fun. And I'm glad people had fun doing it. And, it's really cool to have people be excited to play the demo like this and be able to give me feedback on how to improve some stuff. I've improved so much stuff over the past few weeks thanks to the speedrunners that I'm going to be like forever grateful for that. And hopefully when the game comes out that there'll be just as much excitement as there was for this. So yes, thank you. Just Jeffy, welcome back, by the way. Just Jeffy, happy Crimson Tuesday, says, I'm thinking that pro speedrunners probably create custom keyboard macros for any repetitive commands. I feel like they haven't. I mean, that might be like one of those unspoken rules, because it looked like they were doing inputs for everything, so. Oh, yeah, voice comedy of errors in your life recently. Oh my goodness, I hope your arm's feeling all the way better. Like 100%. Now, Santa Claus, I did not open the balcony doors on that run because they don't stay open. When you open them, they kind of close automatically, and they just transition you to the outside balcony. So I didn't count any doors that like don't stay open, except for the icebox one. So technically, I could have opened it, but it would have just been room transition, having to open it back up from the outside, and so on. But I mean, if we want to include that for future runs, absolutely we could do that. Oh. Well, Havori says, yeah, we generally don't allow macros like that. Yes, so that is that. So I'm going to just... that is weird to see myself like that. Okay. So that is that. So that's the Speedy Adventures community. You can also... They're on Twitter as well. But their main community link is the Discord. So join them if you're interested in speedrunning. They do some fun stuff. So there's that. There's a few other things I wanted to show before we got into it. Hold on, just let me check if I have any other messages from Dan about whether he's going to be here with us. And he did say he's planning to be here with us at 9:30 or so. So one another thing I wanted to share. So let's turn that one off. So bucket shirt. Bucket shirt is a thing, and someone did order one and has received one. And here are the photos that they sent me of their bucket shirt. There is a link for bucket shirt. Yeah, Gomez Summer. It was so fun. It was so fun to watch the runs, and I watched them just now for the first time in front of you guys. Oh my gosh, Emerson, you're wearing your bucket shirt today. Fantastic. Okay, so yeah, I'm really glad that this person sent me these photos because I was saying to you guys before that, of course, EGA is at its best and brightest on the screen. There's no printing process that would be able to duplicate just the vibrancy of EGA on a T-shirt. Unless, of course, you use like 16 colors of ink on a printing press or something like that, like Pantone colors or something, which would cost a fortune. But I wanted to show these to give you guys the reasonable expectation of what you'll receive when and if you do choose to get a bucket T-shirt. So that's something. So thank you so much to the person who sent me the photos of their T-shirt. So in case you do get it, you're not too disappointed that it doesn't look exactly like it does on the screen. I have done EGA in so many different mediums that I completely understand like that desire to get those vibrant colors outside of the screen. So I've done a polymer clay EGA bracelet. I've bought seed beads of EGA colors. I've done cross stitching in EGA as well. And I didn't bring the Dido down, but I have a picture of it to show you guys. And I've painted my own Nancy, 3D Nancy. So I'm totally familiar with that struggle of trying to get those colors in different mediums and not just on screen. So this is just to give you guys a realistic idea of what to expect. Hevoria says, yeah, every game will have its own rules, and the rules are community created. In the Speedy Adventures Discord, we've been having long discussions, and one member, Casey Adventure, has made several polls to gauge the community's feelings on key remapping, including the use of macros. It's a hot topic, if you will. Yeah, it's fun, and it's a fun challenge to try to convert those colors on different mediums. Hevoria, can we order a bucket hat along with our bucket T-shirts? Unfortunately, not. There's no bucket hat available. Taking pictures with them. Exactly, yeah. Kira J2 says, wearing a bucket shirt automatically gives you plus 100 charisma. True. Actually, this shirt I'm wearing right now, this is a design that you can get on my Society 6 Julia Minamata illustration store. So this one actually ended up pretty bright, but these are not EGA colors. And I think since I ordered this shirt, they actually, they're using maybe a different printing process than they did before. I don't know. Yeah, exactly. Dio Loco says printed material will never match what you see on screen, but you experiment to be at least as close. Yeah, color matching is a specific job in graphic design and printing. Dio Loco, you're absolutely correct. And so there are people who, when you have something that's supposed to be like Coca-Cola red, and you print something on a billboard, like it has to be a certain color red. And depending on, lighting conditions, depending on the ink that you're using, depending on what you're printing on, like all these things change what the colors can end up looking like to the human eye. And it's like a whole job to get those colors exact. Absolutely. Dio Loco, 100% correct. Justin Jeffy said, any chance we might see a bucket shirt alt design where a bucket is smaller and centered on the chest? Iron Man arc reactor style placement. Just a little one? Just right? Maybe. I don't see why not. You kind of like the almost sepia tone it has going on some kind of vintage. Artistic Ulysses, hello, good to see you. Happy Crimson Tuesday. Is wear it on a bucket on your head, become a slave to plankton. It must be like a SpongeBob reference, which I actually have not watched, but I hear good things. So that's bucket T-shirt, and so yeah, there's the link. I put it up above. If anyone wants their own bucket T-shirt, of course, that's that. Another fun thing I wanted to show is the work in progress of the Dido piece. I should put the music back on. Okay, so I finished my little Dido cross stitch design, and my mom, as you can see, is well on her way to working through the Dido patchwork quilt. So she did make this one, my lovely Nancy patchwork. and the Dido is going to be more squares than Nancy was. So, ah, just a Jeffy. When I wear a T-shirt that has art spilling down to my belly, it makes me feel a bit like a Teletubby. Ah. Oh, Orange Time for Tea, really cute, but I'm a cat lover, so I'm a little biased. Yeah, so this one, yeah. This is our dear Dido cat. She was a real kitty, our last cat that we had, family cat. Very, very sweet. And she will live on in the lodge. I've put her in the lodge as one of the paintings, and she's now a cross stitch. She's now going to be a patchwork quilt. I'll be looking forward to sharing that with you when that's finished. Hervori says, okay, with around 24 people, we can get bucket hats with buckets on them for maybe around $20. No, always time for tea. No more cats right now, unfortunately. But I love cats. Cats are the best. So there's that. You may notice there is a new channel redemption. And this was from Just a Jeffy. I'm glad you're here because you kind of inspired this idea. There's a new channel point redemption because apparently people enjoy watching me struggle through arcade platformers. And so I thought, well, what's a good one, to struggle through? I wanted to pick an EGA arcade platformer to struggle through. And I found one that's perfect, actually, so I'm excited about this. Kima BG cat person. Favorius, thank you for dropping by so much. I'm so sorry to hear about the arm and then the computer, and I hope things work out for the better for you soon. +1 for cat love. Yes, Evil Tentacle. Yes, Biomenace. So for 10,000 channel points, I will play some Biomenace for 10 minutes. Biomenace is by Apogee/3D Realms. It's from 1993. It is a gorgeous, I've never played it before. It's a gorgeous EGA arcade game, and it's free on GOG. So if you have a GOG account, you can just look up Biomenace, 2 words, Bio and Menace. It's free. You can get it in your library. It's gorgeous. The music is really funky. Yes, Apogee. Yes, EJ platform with arcade, not Manhunter. No. I'm too scared of Manhunter to play it. But the great thing about the great thing about Biomenace is that not only is it free, it has a save system, so you can basically save. It's an in-game save system, and you can see. It looks like I did a bit of testing before I came on tonight, and you can basically save wherever you want. So I can just play for 10 minutes and then save it, and then we can just go back to whatever we're doing, and then if someone redeems it again, I can play for another 10 minutes, and we can hopefully get through the entire game that way, is my hope. I think I made it so that you can only redeem it like 3 times in a stream, though, so like 30 minutes is at maximum. I might dial that down to 1 or 2 times per stream, actually, come to think of it, but we're testing it. Kima BG asks, did you ever try playing the tank arcade sequences in Heart of China? No, I have not. I was thinking about playing Heart of China because there is an EGA version, but we just finished playing Rise of the Dragon, so that's probably not what I'm gonna look into for my next one. I already have an idea of what my next one's gonna be. Not tonight, but possibly next week. Mr. Gel says, is the protagonist of Biomenace Rose Dower? I don't know who the protagonist is actually. I took a picture of what the GOG description was, and I will read it out if someone does end up redeeming that, just to give you guys a setting for it. But Deluxe Tuck says the Heart of China arcade sequences are skippable. Fantastic. Oh, they're that game's versions of the Dragon's arcade sequences. Oh wow, Evil Tentacle says Biomenace's protagonist name is Snake Logan. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. His mullet is magnificent, Evil Tentacle. Oh, and Jester Jeffy approves of playing through Apogee games. And Wolfenstein 3D, of course. I think that is considered the first-person shooter. I was thinking about Wolfenstein 3D because I love how bright it is. But I was thinking I really do want to stick with EGA if I can. It's mullet. Oh, okay, I get it. Mr. Gel is a Mystery Science Theater 3000 reference to a bemulleted character. And yes, Cosmos Cosmic Adventure. I was considering that one too because I really loved that game when I was a kid. But I played it. I never finished it, but I did want to play something I'd not played before. So, so that's the reason why it's Biominus. But I think that's all I wanted to talk about before we move on to actual work. Yeah, let me see. Yeah, I think that's it. Yes, that is it. Okay, so let's get into Photoshop. Let's get into Photoshop. This is where we left off with this piece. So here is our reference, our photo reference. Here is our little diagram reference of this whole wonderful process of gutting a fish. And this is where we left off, which I think is a pretty good place. Deluxe Tux. Oh, so The Final Sacrifice is the name of the movie with the bemulleted character. And Deluxe Tux, you are a fan of Mystery Science Theater 3000. I've actually never really seen it. I've just seen little clips. Oh wow, Evil Tentacle. I love that. Ooh, knife plus fish combination is quite good. Zap Rousdower, Mr. V says that's also a great name. Zap Rousdower, Snake Logan. These are all wonderful. Okay, so here we are, and I think at this point I was cleaning up the fish scales to kind of make them look like the fish that we already finished. So let's work on that a little bit. Oh, that person went to do like the progress. Yeah, I'm pleased with how this is looking. So let's get into a bit of cleaning up this fish with all this glorious hand dithering that was done. I'm gonna just zoom in on this fish. Justin Jeffrey says, I used to download Apogee games directly from the Apogee BBS in California so that I could share them with my users on my BBS. Oh, that's fantastic. BBS, I had friends that were into BBS. I missed the boat slightly on that one. Because we didn't have internet until like the AOL era. I didn't really I just by a few years missed the BBS stuff. Let's just maybe start cleaning up some of these lines potentially. And just kind of give it this. It doesn't have to be exactly the same treatment, but something similar so that these things are visually linked. And I guess the first thing I do have to do is just clean up some of this line work here, which is kind of good to do on a stream because it's kind of monotonous to do. But it's necessary. Just pixel by pixel by pixel. It's kind of a bit of a challenge to work on some of this stuff because if you make the pixel art too jaggedy, it ends up looking messy. So you end up kind of really having to very, very slowly just dot everything in. Deluxe Text more action movie names: Blast, Hard Cheese, Crud, Bone Meal, and Big McLarge Huge. Eating Wade says, I got the internet in 1996, so I also missed BBS for the most part. Used them a bit with Netscape Communicator or with Panic's Mac app Unison. Yeah, I just very slightly missed the boat on that. Yeah, our first foray into internet was with AOL. We had 2 hours a month, I believe. 2 or 4 hours a month, and it was expensive. Oh my goodness. Mr. Gel also missed BBSs. Kind of a shame. I love the idea of a BBS Dora games, that kind of casual asynchronous multiplayer. Yeah, I've that's been kind of something I've been fascinated with, like, or MUDs and things like that. Which actually it's kind of cool because there have been some use of MUDs or MUD type interfaces for like online events that I experienced recently. So there is something called the roguelike celebration that is happening late October, but they had a preview event. I guess was it earlier this month, and they had this wonderfully elaborate mud type system going for it, kind of to make them look like kind of old roguelikey type of terminal interfaces, and but with some quality of life stuff thrown in, and it was really cool. I love that look. Always Time for Tea says, I know EGA is beautiful in its limitations, but what strikes me most is your color bar up at the top. It's shocking how artists can create pieces like this fish from just a handful of colors. Yeah, I love. That's why I kind of I'm gonna try to stick to playing EGA games if I can, even with the arcade stuff and with adventure stuff, because I love seeing how different developers and different artists they solve these the same problems in so many different ways, and it really is like mind-bending to see that you think that it's very restrictive, but people have styles. There's like pixel art styles of how how I'm going to solve these same problems that games have in terms of background versus foreground or UI or all these things. There's not just one solution. There's like an infinite number of solutions to those problems. Jesse Jeffrey says BBS Scene was many people's first online experience long before they were on the internet. Ran my BBS for years before there were any internet service providers in my area. That's really cool. Like, it's really cool to have that type of a community. And do you still have friends from those times, Jesse Jeffy, of people that you kind of met online through BBS? Deluxe Tuck says, somehow it seems like the EGA adventure game fan base and Mystery Science Theater 3000 fan base might have some overlap. Oh, definitely. I think it's kind of surprising where you get these weird Venn diagrams of interests. I'm definitely not surprised. Goemon-sama says, by the way, the Game Boy style adventure game I did cover art for just came out a few days ago. Oh my goodness, Goemon-sama, do you have a link? That's great. Kima BG fondly remembers BBSs. I used to run one back in the days of my parents' second phone line. Ah ha ha ha. Second phone. I think maybe that's another reason. Because of course, when we first had the internet, yeah, you couldn't be using the phone. So that's another reason why we kind of didn't have it that much. We only had one phone line. Oh, Evil Tentacles asks, do you calibrate your monitor? One benefit of EGA is you know what color you're going to get. I know I haven't, actually. When I was in school, they did teach us how that works. There's like something you can like stick on the front of your monitor to make sure like the color is good and accurate. And no, I do not. I'm really actually not that picky, and so I sometimes notice that sometimes it's not the right colors anymore, and I kind of like, it's fine as long as it looks kind of okay. I'm not like a super stickler for this stuff. As long as it gives somewhat the right idea, I'm kind of okay with it. Oh, Bill-kun, good to see you. I just arrived. Who is listing the names from Mystery Science Theater 3000, Space Mutiny, and why? Oh, Bill-kun, so I've just introduced a new channel points redemption, which is for 10,000 channel points, I will play 10 minutes of Biomenace. And apparently the name of the Biomenace main character is Snake Logan, which got people talking about other fantastic names for action protagonists of different types of media. Oh no, Jester Jeffy sadly lost most touch with people from the BBS community. Well, it's been a while. Yeah, Deluxe, like someone brought up Rosedower, and it just started happening. I read that as Rosewater, Deluxe talks. Okay, cool. Goemon-sama did key art for Cryohazard. It was made by Retrostreamer Burst Error. Ooh, that sounds familiar. I can open that in another tab. One of my many tabs I have opened. Fantastic. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Goemon-sama, that's amazing. Ah, everyone has to look at that piece of art. Oh my goodness, it's fantastic. Really, 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 really good. Oh, Bilkin says, yes, we had a second phone line for years too. Oh, lucky you guys. Deluxe text, you wonder how many days it's been since you've logged into AOL Instant Messenger? I, I don't know if we need to count that in days. Like how many thousands of days? It's gonna be like a lot of days, I think. So what I'm gonna try to do is, yeah, even on this little fish, if it's even from the perspective of the fish or just like the way that fish scales work, is they seem to look like they kind of get smaller as they get closer to the tail or the head. So let's kind of try to work that in. Oh, so just as Jeffy had Belle install more lines into our house for my BBS. My parents weren't too happy when they came home and found the front yard was dug up to run more wires. Oh my gosh. Yes, Edenwaith, spiders are what they're called. A place to work to use spiders to calibrate the monitors for the photo retouchers. Yeah, spiders, yeah. So we got some kind of sales rep or something came to our computer lab in college and showed us how those worked. Deluxe text. I have 99.9k channel points. I'm not redeeming anything. I'm about to tick over the odometer. Oh wow. Evil Tentacle, one of the channels you watch has a Biomenace emote. That's great. He looks great. He's great. Oh, okay. AOL Instant Messenger was killed in 2017 apparently. Rest in peace. Yeah, Goemon-sama Game Boy palette, like all those greens. So good. Congratulations on that. That looks fantastic. Oh, that's kind of not working quite well for me. Spider and spider will forever be verbs too. Oh, so Mr. Gel as well familiar with them spiders. No, they're really cool, you know. And yeah, if you're in graphic design, like super serious graphic design, yeah, you're gonna need something like that because you're gonna want to make sure that everyone is kind of on the same page with that stuff because it's serious business. Like people will, what was it, trademark colors, right? You know, like there's Coca-Cola red, there's Ham Lindigo blue for those of us who really enjoyed Better Call Saul. Yeah, this is a real thing. Oh my gosh, Edith, congratulations on earning 100,000 channel points. Yeah, T-Mobile pink. That's a color too, I suppose. Yeah, I guess the IKEA colors would be the Swedish flag, so maybe they can't trademark their colors. I don't know, but yeah, I mean, there's really a lot of that going around. So yeah, they'll trademark like Pantone colors or something, which is, I don't know how that works. It would be really cool to one day have like an art book of, you know, EGA backgrounds or something that is printed with like a 16 color like printing press where they exactly use the right 16 colors. It would cost like an insane amount of money, but I can dream. Okay, even with, yeah, trademarked Pantone colors, yeah. Oh, always time for tea. Harley Davidson trademarked their sound. Wow, they can keep that, as far as I'm concerned. So the first thing I have to do is just, you know, laboriously create this scale texture, and then I'm going to go back and I'm going to just break it up. Just like with this other fish. Oh, deluxe tux. My neighbor has a motorcycle I can hear coming from 3 miles away. Yeah, you're not. Yeah, you're not sneaking up on anybody with that kind of a motorcycle. Not that you would want to, but you know. I'm like a roguish thief kind of character at heart, like that type of like just blend in and not want to call too much attention to myself, both in real life, I think, and in any games I play. We've mentioned I always like to play like rogue type characters who just kind of hang back, see what the deal is before deciding to do anything. Just a Jeffy, I throw money at a Kickstarter of an EGA coffee table book. How good would that be? I'm sure there's probably somewhere on the internet I could get a quote on that. It would be hilarious. I don't even know if commercial printing presses would allow that many passes. Well, I guess you could do a four color process 4 times. I don't know if they'd run it through a press 4 times. Like maybe it would get all like unregistered and everything would be like the colors would not be on top of each other. Probably the colors wouldn't need to be on top of each other probably, but you'd need to be super precise because you wouldn't want like gaps. It might not even technically be possible. Someone should pitch that idea to Bitmap Books. Go on, Sama. I don't. It's one of those things where it's. I don't. I don't. I don't imagine that it would have much of a. For any price, you could get anything done. I'm sure. But just thinking about like not only the cost, but the technical, like the registration of those colors, because you're not overprinting on anything. Everything is just on white, and then right onto the Pantone. Like you don't want any overprinting. So I don't know. That would be really hard. I don't know. I've much admired those Bitmap books, but I don't actually have any of my own. Do people who have them, are they really really nice? I have been tempted on many occasions, but so that's looking kind of nice. You kind of get a bit of. Oh, Jester Jeffrey says they're quite nice. Yeah, they look lovely. You know how much I love books. Very well made. Good, good, good. Yeah, there's nothing more disheartening than getting a really nice looking book and then having like the glue just kind of fall apart on you and just the pages start falling out. So let's see here. So the next step of this will be, I guess, picking out some of that stuff with this color. Yeah, there needs to be a stripe. I'm gonna just kind of redo all this. I think it's kind of. Cypress D, good to see you. Hello, friends. Happy Crimson Tuesday to you. Working away on our little guy here. We showed some wonderful speed running a little while back. The winners of the fastest time folk for the short run challenge for the Crimson Diamond demo. I also did the developers update. Oh, you know what I didn't do? I didn't run the trailer. So let's do that. Control tab. I did not run my trailer. I will introduce myself. Happy Crimson Tuesday. I am Julia Minamata, and I'm making the Crimson Diamond. As you can see, there's at least one fish in the Crimson Diamond, but you don't get to play as him, and he's not going to be an inventory item, but he's there in the intro sequence. And so we do Crimson Tuesday every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern, and I work on my adventure game, The Crimson Diamond, which is graphical adventure, text parser, mystery game, with this wonderful EGA color palette that we've been talking about. And Dan, who hopefully is going to be joining us in about half an hour, works on the music on a real deal Roland MT32, which is really cool. He got it to work, and he does all the music composing live here with us. And I have something lined up for him, so hopefully he can make it, and hopefully he will have the time and energy to work on something tonight, because it's something that would be, I think, pretty exciting to see. But yeah, I'm going to run the trailer just to show you guys what that looks like. There is a demo available right now. It is on Steam and on itch.io, and you can download it from my site. There is, I think, a link. Do I have my own links? Yes. Yes, Crimson Diamond 1.5, The Fish's Journey. Oh, Deluxe Tux, next Crimson Tuesday will be a special birthday Crimson Tuesday for you. Well, happy advanced birthday to you, Deluxe Tux. I'm going to run the trailer really quick, and then we're going to get back to what we're doing here. Here is the Crimson Diamond trailer. So this is giving you an idea of what the gameplay looks like. And some of the trailer, you can see Nancy is walking around outside the lodge, which you don't get to do in the first chapter, which is the demo. Kind of have to leave some stuff for you guys to look forward to. So here is the trailer.
Crimson, Ontario was once a prosperous, lively mining town. But that was a long time ago. Now it's quiet, nearly deserted, and some folks aim to keep it that way. Nancy Maple is an aspiring mineralogist assigned to follow the trail of a dazzling diamond. An intriguing cast of characters has converged under one roof, each meaning to get their own way. Or else. Will Nancy untangle the mysteries and machinations before it's too late? Will the sleepy town of Crimson shine once more? Find out in The Crimson Diamond, an upcoming adventure game by Julia Minamata. The Crimson Diamond demo is available on Steam and itch.io for Windows PC and Mac OS.
Wow, it's really cool. I didn't realize that this captioner would caption the actual trailer line. So I got to like watch the the trailer words come up like that. I took off the hat, I was getting warm. But if anyone else redeems, I'm more than happy to put a different hat on. Okay, back to what we were doing. Oh my gosh. Photoshop. Okay. Okay. So. Fishy, fishy, fishy. Back to fishy, fishy, fishy. Oh yes, and trailer. That one goes out to Judith Butler's lover, who hopefully will return to us someday. So, let's see. There's going to be a shiny part that will run along the middle of this fish, potentially, to make it look like our other fish. Let's do that. Oh yes, and now that I finished the Dido cross-stitch, I've started a new cross-stitching project, which is an actual room from the Crimson Diamond, so that's kind of exciting. So it's going to be my biggest and most ambitious cross stitch yet. It's the parlor. Because I thought if anything's going to have a cross stitch made of it, it would probably be the parlor. The parlor being kind of the stuffiest, fussiest room. And something that you would possibly see a cross stitch in. Yeah, but it's a bit less than that because I actually like trimmed some of the edges off. So some of the edges were like, there's like a cutaway look to the room. So there's like brown walls and stuff. And so I removed that stuff because I was like, it's really close to fit in these rooms onto because I've only got these sheets of cross stitching fabric that are a certain size, and I was afraid that I wouldn't be able to fit a room on there. So I actually had to make it a little bit smaller than the 200. But yeah, The dimensions are pretty big, like maybe 220 or something. No, 200. Yeah, maybe 220 by something. 140. I don't remember. But yeah, pretty big. So it's gonna take a while. And it also is kind of the reason why I wouldn't ever sell doing these cross stitches because they just take way too long for me to actually sell for any type of reasonable price. But I do still hope to sell patterns for a lot of the stuff I've been doing. So patterns for like the speech portraits that I've been working on. I thought that would be kind of a nice thing to try. Always time for tea. It was so good to see you. Happy Crimson Tuesday, and have a really good rest of your week. Oh, Mouse Miss asked, do they have puzzle printing services these days? Using our room for a puzzle might be cool. Actually, Mouse Miss, I've had two puzzles printed of Crimson Diamond. Hold on, let me actually give me 1 second. I can actually show those. Control tab. 1 second, because I can find on my dev blog they would be on there. So I've had a couple printed, and the color's okay. The color's pretty good. So let's see. Just have to find the word puzzle. Do a search for. Oh my gosh. No. Okay. 1 second. I will find puzzle. Oh well. It's finding the word puzzle. Like. Oh, there it is. Okay. I'm gonna just do a quick copy and paste. Copy image. Okay, hold on. And then Control Alt. Okay, so we're back in. This is like a much smaller version, but this is something I just pulled from my dev blog. But I do have a larger version of it. But in a pinch, I could just show you this. You can see this is a puzzle. This is, I think it's 750 pieces, which I did get printed up. They're not the. I think I got them. Like on a sale or something for the printing house. Yeah, the color looks pretty good, and so I had a lot of room extra on this, so I added all the character portraits. And honestly, they're pretty challenging puzzles because a lot of like areas are very similar in this piece. So I did this piece, and then hold on, I also have one that is hold on, I'm gonna switch back again. I also have one that is the parlor. So let me find that one. Oh. Maybe I didn't show the puzzle. Oh, maybe. Okay, I guess I haven't worked on that other puzzle. Well, there was another puzzle of the dining room, and so unfortunately I don't have the picture of that one. Control Alt. Back to Photoshop. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. Yeah, this was really fun to do and fun to get set up and have printed up. But yes, this is a picture of Nancy. This is a part of the game that you actually don't see yet, so that's a bit of a spoiler, but it's not too much of a spoiler because it's in a room you've seen before. Okay, so moving on, let's go back to our fish. I got the puzzles printed. My sister really likes puzzles and things, so I got that printed as like for Christmas for 1 year. And apparently they kind of binged on doing them. But yeah, they're surprisingly challenging puzzles because yeah, there's the color palette is restricted, and there's a lot of stuff that's very similar. Actually, I need to make those bigger. Those scales. Because it's kind of. Let's check this picture of this fish. This foot. Yeah, because it would be like wider looking scales. So. Yeah. Unfortunately, I actually don't think so if Society 6 has puzzles as a product. What's good about Society 6 is that they add new products all the time. So they could very well have them, and I just haven't checked. But anyway. Oh gosh, Maximus. Perhaps pixel art puzzles could be one puzzle piece per pixel and any fit together, so you basically paint pixel by pixel. Oh my goodness. I was thinking about that for like, because Lego has like these flat 1 by 1 tiles that don't have studs on the top. I was wondering about that as like a way to do EGA, like an EGA like scene or something. But I never really looked that closely into that one, surprisingly. Because I think you would need a like for a smaller piece like a sprite or like the character portraits, it might be more doable, but it might be really expensive. But that would be something relatively easy to do, I would say. It could almost be like a paint by numbers type of situation. It would just be like a grid. Job for Mr. Scissors. But yeah, it could be like magnets or stickers or all kinds of stuff you could do. Yeah, I like low resolution pixel arts. It's fun because yeah, you can kind of do all kinds of other applications with it. Like this cross stitching is a natural one, of course. But yeah, I mean, some kind of weird puzzles or paint by numbers or Lego or all kinds of fun stuff. Mm. Oh my goodness, Evil Tentacle. They do Puzzle Society 6. Okay. Now I should check and see if I can add that kind of product to my stuff, because that's actually a really good one. If I haven't already and I've just forgotten. So yeah, I'll have to look into that. Awesome. Oh, nice. Okay, okay. Oh, technical. Oh, technical. Oh, okay. Thanks, Evil Tentacle. I will open that in a tab. Okay. Ooh, okay, nice. Jigsaw. Okay, fantastic. So it's okay, gotcha. Wow. Turn your artwork into 200, 500, and 1,000 piece puzzles that will keep your customers occupied for hours. Cool. Thank you, thank you. So that's something I will look into, because yeah. That'll be I think that'll be a fun thing for people if you're into that type of a thing. Thank you, thank you. Second favorite song on this entire MIDI mix. Let's see here. I wonder what the puzzle piece would be like. You'd get a few giant pixels on it. Yeah, a pixel art, Cypress D says, a pixel art jigsaw puzzle where every pixel is a piece is a true villain's work. Uh, yeah, it seems like I guess you could just kind of it would be just like kind of like recreating like a cross stitch design, you know, because it's basically what it would be like. Because you just get like a picture and then you'd have like a bunch of little squares. I know some people use those like those dots that you can put on a grid and that you can fuse them together with an iron. Like people do pixel art with those as well. So that's another way to go with it, you know. Any number of ways. I believe Anna of Anna CGG has done that kind of activity. I do believe she started a Nancy Maple. Come to think of it, yeah, it's like yeah, it's a pixel art. Yeah, that was something I mentioned in my practical magic of pixel art talk that that is on my YouTube channel. That it's so fun because yeah, you can make all kinds of fun arts and crafts with pixel art. Perler says evil times ago. Oh, you saw someone did a Biomenace Perler the other day. That, ah. Speaking of Biomenace, I just love how even now people have that kind of affection for those games that they want to like create like stuff like that. It's wonderful. It's like it's really sweet. So it's nice to know that like people do have that kind of affection for that game because yeah, I do hope to play some at some point, you know, and knowing that yeah, it's kind of persisted in kind of people's fond memories. It's nice to know. Oh, and Cypress D said yeah, the original Duke Nukem 2D games still get love. I was thinking about doing Duke Nukem as well. Um, but yeah, it so happened that I was looking through my GOG library thinking, well, what could I possibly play that I kind of already have? And Biomenace was just there, and I noticed it was free. And I kind of vaguely recalled that it was an EGA game, and so I checked. I'm like, indeed, it's like, it's so fun to me to think that GOG has a game that's for free that is EGA and apparently a very good game. So it's like perfect, completely perfect to do. And one that I really hadn't played it that much, if at all. So at some point, I will get into that. Oh, Massman says I suggest Jet Set Willie as another contender for a pain game. It has a haunted house. Justin Jeffrey says, I won't be redeeming my Biomenace points tonight, since Dan should be coming online, but next time. I even worked on making like a little Biomenace icon. I didn't just do a screen grab of that. I actually had to like fix it up and stuff because I loaded it up and I did a screen grab, but the screen grab was like weirdly not like pixel perfect. It was kind of fuzzy when you zoomed in and stuff, even when you kind of had it at 100%. And I had to like resize it to different sizes. So it's actually not the right, it's not perfect pixel dimensions, which is kind of a drag, but it's like so small that people aren't really going to notice. So I had to like, yeah, recreate that, what's his name again? Snake Logan? That's great. Oh, by the way, Mouse Misses, I was looking into 8-bit adventure games recently, found this gem for Amstrad. Just look at the art. Okay, Guild of Thieves. I already like the name of that. Yes! Oh my gosh, the lighting in that is so good. Like, if you squint, you could almost believe that that's like a photograph or something. That's how good the lighting is in that. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Mouse Miss, that, oh my gosh. That's awesome. Gosh. That's, oh my, it's stunning. Oh, static images, no animation, hardware limitation. I don't even mind, honestly. I don't mind like no sound. I don't mind like static images. There's something really like sedate about a game with static images in it. I gotta say. Cypress G says it's amazing how Snake became a go-to action guy name because of Escape from New York. Yeah. Snake. So is that where Snake comes from in terms of like naming a guy for action? Yeah, yeah, it still looks like it. Sit there, squint. I didn't even look at like the reflection in the mirror. I'm gonna look at that later again. Yeah, there's certain like names that seem to just scream action guy. And I guess isn't there like yeah, there's like a Solid Snake or something nowadays in like console stuff. So I guess it's like been solidified that Snake is like an action name. There's yeah, like there's like also Rock and Stone, I guess, are like kind of actiony names. You gotta wonder. I guess those guys kind of give those names to themselves because yeah, I can't imagine the mother naming their kid Snake Logan. Maybe I don't know. I don't know everything. Okay, yes, FG yeah, confirms. Metal Gear Solid has their main action guys named Snake. Hey, it's good to see you. Blade, yeah, Blade. Fridge, Large Meat, Slate, Slab Rock, and Hack Blowfish. Yeah, I like Hack Blowfish. Hack, yeah, Hack's good. Like Blade, yeah, Blade is another one of those ones where we don't think about it anymore because we've seen it so much. But yeah, that's a strange one. Yes, Irish D says, yeah, I never met a person named Snake, but it would scare me because I would think there was a reason. Yeah, yeah. If someone has a nickname Snake, yeah, I don't. It usually wouldn't, yeah, be their actual name. But who knows nowadays, right? Like snakes have a bad rap, I guess. It's funny though that a snake would be an action guy name and not like a stealth guy name. Because I think of snake, I think of something that's stealthy. Because they're not really like loud creatures, or they're not like it's yeah they don't really they're not super like they're nothing but a giant muscle, sure, but they don't no one kind of like looks at a snake's physique and says like that's pretty heroic looking. That's like I can see like a lion or tiger or wolf or bear. Yes, Bear Grylls Mouse Miss. Isn't there there's an action person. Oh no, maybe not called Bear. I was thinking of Cave Johnson, and I never even played that game. That's not Bear. That's related to Bear. Snakes walk on their ribs, Belton says. I've seen those gifs of snakes climbing trees and snakes swimming. It is very, very, very cool. Bill Coon says there's a story Snope. There's a story trope. Snakes are sexy. They're kind of like I don't know. They're just worms, kind of. They are cool though. They look very cool. You think of all the different types of I think the way this fish is angled, it's more bent. So I feel like I'm gonna want as the edges are like not as swollen because the middle's more swollen. I'm gonna want this stuff to fade away more. So this stuff I'm actually gonna fade away. This area here is like the fattest part, so I'm gonna want to break that up a bit. Yeah, Vipers look cool. Like there are, like the Dodge Viper or other types of vehicular conveyance that are named after, I'm sure there's a motorcycle called a Cobra or something. Like a caterpillar in a big sock. Yeah, they're cool. Yeah, I just and kind of mysterious, I guess, and I don't know. Oh yes, companions of Xanth as well. The Naga, Nada Naga from that. She was a snake lady with a snake underparts, half snake and half lady. Okay, there's a Cobra car. There's a Viper car. Um, like probably Copperhead. Like that's a name of a snake that I feel like has been used for other things. I remember in Kill Bill, I think they were named after snakes, right? Black Mamba, Copperhead, uh, something something. It's a thing. And of course, there's Cobra of G.I. Joe, uh, Serpentor, and all that. Which is so cool. I mean, I remember the Serpentor storyline, and it was really cool that they, were incorporating all this like this DNA stuff idea, and like how if you got the DNA of like Julius Caesar and all these other great rulers, you could put them all together and you'd get like a super leader. That's fun. It teaches kids about science and history. Yeah, it's very cool. I forget how many different kinds of DNA they they put into Serpentor. I think it was like 4 or 5, which you don't think would really give a good result usually. Cypress Deed, Nagas and Lamias. I've never heard of a Lamia. Is that like the opposite, where it's a snake on the top half and a woman on the bottom half? Oh yikes! Copperheads are supposedly in my geographic area, though I've never seen one. Deluxe Tuck says. Like, are they poisonous? Aren't they? Sly Stallone Cobra. He's was Sly Stallone in like a Cobra movie? Oh, Lamias are, Cypress D says, no, it's about the same, but a snake on top half, woman on bottom would be a great visual gag, like a reverse mermaid. Okay, so what is a snake on top half, woman on bottom half? I've never seen that. I've never seen even a picture. Like, not a photograph, but like I've not seen an illustration of a lamia. Yeah, so we're kind of gradually the most swollen part of this fish. We're gonna break up that lighting, so when you squint, you kind of get that feeling of dimensionality from selective dithering. Ooh, yikes. Okay, so Deluxe Talk says copperheads are indeed venomous, right? Not poisonous, but venomous. I still always check the other side of logs before stepping over them in the woods because they apparently love living under fallen trees. Ooh, careful. Yeah, I don't think Ontario has like poisonous snakes or venomous snakes. We do? Just a Jeffy? Oh no, what do we have? Yikes. Scared. Dan the Band. Speak of snakes. We've been talking about snakes, Dan. It's not related to you. Good to see you. Are you all set? Cypress D says, I wonder when DNA modification started as a story trope. Now that you mentioned Serpentor, there's a lot in the 90s video games, usually as a cautionary tale like Resident Evil. Mississauga rattlesnake? No way, Justin Jeffy. Oh my goodness, that's the first I've heard. Okay, Dan the band, fantastic. So Dan is going to be joining us. Actually, we'll all be joining Dan because Dan will have what is it? What am I trying to find the words for? Dan will have the Discord, the Zoom call. So let me get to my messenger. Dan, the man, the myth, the legend, in the flesh. Dan indeed. Dan indeed. Okay, Dan. Dan, of course, is making the music for the Crimson Diamond, which is awesome. Oh, scene change. Oh, wait, no, wait. What am I? Where am I? Where am I? Oh, okay. Scene change. Gotcha. Okay, like on my Facebook is open. Yeah, you don't want to see that. Control tab. Thank you. Okay. So you guys shouldn't be seeing my Facebook or anything. Yay, Dan music. Jim Matt, good to see you. Yes, thank you, Maximus, for the warning. The Lamia photography notion suddenly makes me want a horror photography video game where it's all about getting video and stills of cryptids without being corrupted or dying. There is a game on the Playdate that has cryptids in it. That means taking a picture of Sasquatches. Yeah, sorry, I was showing off something I didn't want to. You're right. Thank you for the warning. Okay. Okay, so Dan, I've got my Facebook open and I eagerly await your Zoom link. Yes, only my face, no books. Yes, thank you for the warning, everybody. Hopefully there was nothing incriminating on that Facebook page. All right, Dan. I am set to hand off. Hold on. Let me turn off. My Photoshop. Let me save this beautiful fish. Are you live, Dan? Are you ready? Fish guts 2. Okay. So closing down that. Great. Okay, still on me. Good. All right, I am ready, Dan, to hand off. Great. Okay, so Dan's giving me the Zoom link, so I'm gonna set this up to raid. Raid Dan the band. Raid Dan the band. Okay. Okay, setting that up to raid. So I see you guys over there. We're gonna make some music, which is gonna be super exciting. Wow, that was quick. That's just about everybody. Alright, I will join you momentarily once I get this all shut down, squared away. Okay. Alright, well, for those of you not joining us, happy Crimson Tuesday. Have a great rest of your week. Next week we'll do some art, and I will unveil my next Let's Play. Just about everybody. Super excited. It's going to be snack time for me, too. Okay. We almost have everybody. I know not everybody is going to want to join, but I'm going to wait for this timer to run its course. And maybe next week we'll see a little bit of Biomenace if someone redeems some points, pointing up the points. All right. I will get that call, the Zoom call. I will raid now. Fog is green. Good to see you. Okay, I see you guys over there. I was gonna do this raid up.
Hello, 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 hello. Hi, Julia. Good to see you again.
Hello.
Good to not see everybody, but see everybody's typing in the chat here.
I'm eating, so I'm gonna just mute myself while Dan can talk about what he's been up to.
Cool. Yeah. So what have I been up to? I've been up to a lot of work lately. Is it too dark? I can turn on the other light. I just felt like it looked a little better without the other light on that. I don't know. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it's too dark. I can turn the other light on. Shadows on my face is odd. It's the mic. I don't know if that's any better, but you probably can't hear me if I move the mic. But hopefully. Yeah, maybe I'll just turn on the light in a second as soon as Julia comes back. She's done with snack time. This is like kindergarten class. We have snack time, we have nap time later. Hope everybody can join us for that. Oh, thanks, Cypress D. Yeah. Happy Crimson Tuesday, everybody. So today we're gonna actually do some music. We didn't get to the last time I was here, and I was supposed to be here last week, and I didn't get to be here last week, so I'm here, and we're gonna do some music. What exactly we're gonna do? Um, I think we're working on the final portion of the game. I think that's the
Yes.
plan.
Mm-hmm.
And there we have some references with the Laura Bow stuff, which I'll play and show off if that's okay.
Absolutely.
And then we also have a reference to a previous stream that we did. You want to show that off as well, or no?
Yes. Yeah,
Not
yeah, yeah. That's a good
necessary.
idea.
Okay. I
Dual
just
names, good to see you. Happy Crimson Tuesday. Yeah, so what this is gonna be, I'll just set it up real quick. So this is like final
set
ending
that
kind of
up, and I'm going
music.
to turn on my light.
Oh, perfect. Yeah. So this is, if you guys are familiar with the Colonel's Bequest, you know that there's a part in the game near the end where there's kind of final confrontation music that kind of loops as you try to sort of figure out what you're supposed to do next. And depending on what you do, there is like a piece that plays that's kind of like a happier ending and then like a less happy ending. And we've already done on stream with Dan the looping confrontation music. And so we need two different endings for that at least. So at least two. Um, Hopefully we can do possibly one today. Where it's just like a non-looping ending to that piece that's kind of more positive, non-looping ending to that piece that's a little bit more negative, depending on what you ultimately decide to do. And if we have time or we have the ability to do it, like other little variations here and there, depending. But I need at least two, good and kind of bad. Um, and so we're gonna play the link to the timestamp video of like way back in May, the last time Dan did some composing um on stream with us.
Jeez,
We
that was
did
the
that.
last time.
Yes.
Wow.
That we did music. I know. But yeah, Dan's gonna play that for us, and then we'll show like the example that I gave him from the Colonel's Bequest stuff.
Cool. So we're gonna do all that, and yeah, thank you, Cypress D. The collection. This is a small portion of it. I boxed up a bunch of it recently because I just don't have any room. I have to sell a bunch of stuff because I don't have any room, and it's a lot of extra stuff that I have. And then, even though I sell stuff, I'm always looking to acquire new stuff. So
Yeah,
it's
that's
kind
how
of
that
a
works. Yeah.
never-ending cycle.
Do you have Biomenace?
I don't know if there's actually a box of Biomenace.
Hmm.
The only thing that I'm aware of is the little shareware, like small
Okay.
3.5 style, which I can show off one of those, but I don't have Biomenace in any shape or form other than maybe on like a shareware disk somewhere, but I'm not sure.
Okay.
But yeah, Biomenace, I don't believe had a box or a proper box. If they did have a box, it might have been a generic Apogee box,
Okay.
which some of the Apogee registered games had. Um, I actually did acquire recently another Doom mail order box, and that's really a hard box to find, actually. Well, getting harder to find.
Oh. So hold on. Is there a redemption for show something off from Dan's collection? Okay, I'm
There
gonna do that.
is.
I'm gonna do it. Oh no, I'm out of stock. It's out of stock. What is? I mean,
Out of stock.
what? What? I've got 41,000 points.
And you can't
So,
redeem something because it's out of stock.
it's out of stock. It says what?
Did somebody else redeem it already?
Shenanigans. No, I don't think so.
I don't see it either. I don't think so either.
Man, well, I can't
That's
redeem.
weird.
Someone else redeem because I want to see a new thing before we get started.
We can show off some new stuff before we get
Yeah.
started. I actually got another nice piece that I'd like to show off that I haven't even really looked at much myself yet.
Oh, out of stock for
It
Just
says
Jeffrey
out of
too.
stock. What the hell does that mean? Well, I don't even know how to change that. Show mod icons. I don't think that's it.
That's fine. We'll just say that we did.
What? But that's weird.
Yeah, it is weird. Biomenace, the sequel to the Polystar classic Biodome. I brought up Biomenace because I made it a channel point redemption
Biodome.
to play like a bit of Biomenace for 10 minutes on my streams because it's actually free on GOG and it's like an awesome looking EGA platformer
It's
with a
really
save
hard.
system. Oh
It's really
no.
difficult, just so you know.
No.
Yeah, okay, so we fake redeemed something, right?
Yes, we fake redeemed.
So my buddy Kevin, if you guys know the big box PC game collectors, or if you ever watch Metal Jesus channel, he makes his games make appearances on there every once in a while and whatnot. But he's a collector out in Seattle, a friend as well. You've met him, right?
Yes, I
Yeah,
did.
in
Indeed.
Seattle. And he recently bought some lot off eBay, and there was 2 copies of this, which is the guidebook to the fairy tale adventure. So this is like the hint book
In packaging?
in the packaging. It's not sealed. It's like
Okay.
opened or whatever. He's like, "Do you want the sealed one or the partially opened one?" I was like, give me the partially opened one. I don't need the sealed one because I actually want to look at the book, and I have there's the map, which actually this I don't think came with the hint book. I think this is supposed to be in a copy of the game. I'm not sure.
Oh,
But yeah, this is pretty cool. It's not actually the greatest looking hint book either. If you look at it, it's like not really well labeled out. This is more of like a map almost and showing you where the stuff is. Because this game is huge.
hmm.
And it was all done by one guy. I've talked about it before and I've shown off the game, I think, before I think I have a Commodore copy and an Amiga copy now, or a PC
Yes.
copy or something. But it was made by one guy, David Joyner. He did the music, he did the programming, he did the art, and it's impressive. It's frustrating, but it's impressive. And the game map is gigantic and kind of for no reason gigantic almost. So anyway, that was that. And then I'll show off the Doom box if I can find it.
Yeah, Cypress D says one of the best things about guidebooks is all the extra art. You used to stare at that stuff for hours as a kid. Me too. Like I showed you guys my wizardry like manual that had the cover worn off of it because I would read it so much.
That's wild. And this is my new Doom box. This is the third. I have 3 of these. They're kind of hard to find. But this, I had an extra manual and addendum, but I don't have the discs. So I either need a set of 3.5 discs, a set of 5.25 discs, or the CD. The set of 5.25 discs and the CD are very, very difficult to find, and the 3.5s are easier to find, but
Hmm.
not easy to find, if that makes sense. The registered version. So this was a mail order only item.
Hmm. It's in great shape.
Yeah, it might be the best shaped box that I own because the other 2 aren't in that great of shape. But I actually was going to see to meet John and Brenda Romero in the UK. Deluxe Tux, I don't know what the heck he just posted. I can't see it.
Yeah, they didn't do I think what you intended. Oh, behold the
Uh,
factory seal. I found the perfect mascot for classic game collectors. Jim Matt says also your IKEA book game cases are total class. I have the exact same ones. I think a lot of us
Links
have
too
had those
low.
in our lives.
Bill Kuhn makes sense, I believe.
Yeah.
um, but yeah. So anyway, that's. Oh, and then
Okay, so I
sitting
have a
here is
question.
another cool one.
Um,
This is not the mail order copy, but it's actually the shareware copy, and the mail order
ooh.
copy looks almost identical to this. I have
So
both.
when you get Brenda and John to sign stuff, where do you get them to sign? Like on like the front of the box? Or I
Yeah.
think I've asked you this before, but I don't remember.
Yeah. Let's see. Somewhere I should have.
Deluxe Tech said the link that link was literally like 9 pages long. That's great.
So
Uh,
here's a copy of Spear of Destiny, which I had autographed by John.
but that's in like in shrink wrap?
No, it's just in like a protective magazine bag.
Okay.
This is just to protect the box.
Okay, so and you get them to sign just on the front of it.
Yeah, on the cover or on.
Huh.
I have John's signature on discs. I have it on CDs. Like I have the Quake CD that contains the full registered version or whatever.
Heretic. Now that's a name I haven't heard in a long time. Yeah, Heretic setting is like a fantasy kind of
Yeah,
Doom or is like Quake or something.
yeah, it's like a fantasy Doom
Hmm.
essentially.
Cool.
And Raven Software made it, but they licensed the Doom engine to do
Hmm.
Heretic, and then eventually that became Hexen, which was like the
Dual names.
sequels.
Once John Romero liked a Primordia tweet. Oh, yay.
John and Brenda are both super nice people. I was supposed to meet them on my last tour of the UK, but we couldn't quite work it out.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, I didn't get to see them. But yeah, Spear of Destiny is kind of hard to find. Um, that it's gotten along with the Wolfenstein boxes. The Wolfenstein 3D boxes are stupidly expensive.
Hmm.
I just don't. I don't understand how and why they've gotten so crazy expensive. But there's actually a particular box that most people look for that has. There's two different versions. There's like a European box that actually has swastikas on it. And so people look for that one because that one's really hard to find because obviously that was banned in some places and whatever. And then there's another box with it shows the swastika on the back of the box in the game screen that later they blanked out. So if you find the one with it on there, that's a harder to find one. So yeah, John is very nice. I worked for him for a number of months, maybe a year or whatever, doing some music on a game called Empire of Sin. And he and both he and Brenda will forever be references for me anytime I have any
Of
work to do
course.
in the game industry.
They're legends.
Yeah, and they're super nice people, and you know, I'm still sad I have not been able to visit Romero Games' office in Ireland.
I was gonna ask.
My
Yeah.
parents were literally there last week at the office, and they sent me a picture saying, "Oh, this is near our hotel." I'm like,
Oh
"Wow,
my God.
okay then." So anyway, let's get to some music.
So do John and Brenda have like Spear of Destiny? Do they have all like the most exotic, hard to find like Wolfenstein boxes?
They have a huge collection of stuff. They have the original demo discs that contains the Super Mario 3 id Software demo.
Oh,
He has most of the discs that contain the original source code for all of that stuff. So John didn't throw a lot of stuff away. He kept most everything. Design
amazing.
documents, maps. Uh, the one thing he doesn't have is the computers. He doesn't have the or it wasn't Silicon Graphics. What were the machines that Steve Jobs was making while he wasn't at Apple? Next, what are they called? Next computers? Yeah, Next computers.
Hmm.
Yep. They do have a lot of Sierra stuff, John and Brenda. They do have a lot of early Sierra stuff. I think, and early Apple II stuff. That's like what a lot of I would say the hardcore collectors are usually after early Apple II games. Those are like the hardest to find and the hardest to track down. You don't even really see them come up on eBay. They're almost always expensive. They weren't ever boxed, most of them, you know. Yeah, they use the Next computers to do a couple things. I'm not exactly sure, but yeah. So let's see. There we are in compose view.
Nice.
We can see here. Let's see. Oh, I gotta switch this. And this is the final confrontation music that we have, but we're gonna go back and review here.
Ooh,
So
yes.
this is the little time-stamped stream that you'd sent. Okay. So I think that was what we needed to review, right? Does that sound
Yes.
right? Because I actually have that called up, and it's funny. I'm turning off our cameras just so we can see what we looked like
Oh, that's so weird.
whatever months ago.
Oh my god, that was super confusing to me.
Yeah, it's a little confusing, and I had a different keyboard set up and all kinds of stuff. Uh, so I have that music called up here, so we can listen to this. No big deal. And then we have the, let's see. Gosh, I don't know which is which, but we'll figure it out as we go. This is the earliest one, so let's start
Okay.
here.
So this is their looping thing, I think. It's a looping piece. Confrontation. Maybe theirs doesn't loop, but I feel like it probably should have.
Interesting. What key was that in? That's the beginning of a Rachmaninoff piece.
Oh yeah?
Mm-hmm.
So theirs wasn't a loop, so I'm mistaken, but I feel like I'd want it to because I don't know how long people are going to take to do things. Because in the game, when people played
I'm
that
not
part
doing
and they got to
this.
that confrontation and they heard that and it stopped, it would just be like silent, I guess.
I don't know. I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
can't remember.
So then the next timestamp we have is here.
Okay.
So I guess this is the happier ending.
Yep. Yeah, see, Colonel's bequest spoilers.
We're spoiling a game from 1989.
This is longer than the struggle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice harmonica sounding kind of sound.
Okay, and then there's this one. So it's not exactly sad.
Yeah, it's not. It's just kind of like.
It's- It sounds like Gershwin or something.
Yeah, a lot of people did miss the struggle if they waited for too long. It's true. 808. Michael Kamen pays royalties to Rachmaninoff. Hmm.
This is quite long.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I don't remember them being this long.
Yeah, this is like 5 minutes.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Or
And
maybe
but it's
4 minutes.
looping, right?
It sounds like it might be, yeah. So that we might have already heard the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'll do is I'll dump this one because we already have that. I'm going to dump this one and we'll leave these two just in case we need to refer to them again. So we have our final confrontation music already
Yes.
put in. And it's only about a minute, but it loops. So should we start it from the looping point, I
Oh,
guess?
one second. I'm just catching up on chat. So let's see. Dual Name says, sorry to repeat, but what I said to Julie is that all by myself, the famous pop song lifted music from Rachmaninoff and ended up paying royalties to the heirs of Rachmaninoff.
That's interesting because all his music now is currently in public domain.
Huh.
And if you play any of Grundislav games, in particular Lamplight, is it Lamplight?
Yeah, the one that's out now.
Lamplight City. No. I was saying there's literally a song, a
Mhm.
Rachmaninoff piece in that game
Okay.
with the piano in the piano
Gotcha.
room. Yeah, All by Myself was 1968 or 78. Yeah, so that would have probably been still under copyright. But it's 75 years after the death of the composer is roughly how it works. There's other ways to re-register it and redo. I don't know all those details, but basically 75 years after the composer's death, the composition can still be. Yeah, and Rachmaninoff died in the early 1900s sometime, so it would have been
Mm.
less than 75 years when that was written.
So they should have waited,
In the
is what you're
US,
saying.
that's important. Yes, in the
Mm.
USA. Yeah, who knows? Who knows? That's right, just a Jeffy. Yeah, nobody's collecting I believe all of Elvis's songs will become public domain at some point. When I'm not exactly sure. 1943. Okay, there
Holy
you go.
cow.
So it only recently became public domain then, within the last 15, 20 years. Well, he wouldn't be the only one that sold millions, but because a lot of classical music has been sampled. So, anyway, let's listen to the final
Yeah, let's do it.
confrontation. Okay, I think that's the ending of it.
Mm-hmm.
But then it could also loop, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we'll have to figure out how to do that exactly programming wise, but either way, that's pretty cool. Sounds very do or die. Who said is that original? Yes, it's original, but I stole from myself because
Yes.
it's using the kind of what's the word? It's kind of like a twisted version of the original theme.
Yeah, which was suggested in the chat here, so thank you, chat, for
Yeah,
that. That was really
yeah,
good.
yeah.
Reprise. Reprise?
Is that the word? Reprise?
Reprise. I think, like, you calling back, kind of.
Yeah, I think that's right. But it's not really the same. It's slightly changed. Minor key. Yeah, well, the original is in a minor key. So if you play the original... I gotta call up a sound. And I actually gave a concert a number of months back. Was that last year now? I still have the set list. December 9th, 2021. Last
Oh my
year.
gosh.
Doesn't feel that long ago, but sure, it was almost a year. I gave a concert and I played the theme at the concert from the Crimson Diamond. That was fun.
Yay.
It was the Christmas show. Yeah, it was like a holiday, sort of a holiday fundraiser for Community Resources Staten Island, which is like uh, a facility for special needs adults. And it was like, I think it was I don't know if it was a fundraiser or if it was just their holiday party. But either way, it was fun. It was enjoyable. Uh, the trumpet sound, yeah, yeah. I mean, there's definitely there's definitely some limitations when working with the MT32 that are, you know, no, and I haven't played Hobbs Barrow yet, and I'm Incantamentum is the name that I knew it by. So yeah. I do need to get that game though, and I would like to play it because
Mm-hmm.
it looks cool.
Mm-hmm. AGS, it's made in Adventure Game Studio too.
Yeah, well, it's published by Dave Gilbert, right? But it's not. It wasn't one of his games.
Yeah, Sean Aitchison made the game. I actually met
Right.
him in Adventure X 2019.
Okay.
So
Nice.
yeah.
Very nice. It sold very well.
Yeah, which is
Awesome.
awesome. Like the timing was pretty good. Like people were playing like Return to Monkey Island and people interested in
Right. I
adventure
haven't
games.
got that either. I
Hopefully.
need to get both of
Me
those.
either.
I'm hoping over like the
Yeah.
holiday times I'll get time to play those because I just have not had time to do anything. And Julia will attest to that because I still owe her some tracks.
Yeah.
But I have literally had time to do nothing. And literally, as soon as I get off this stream tonight, I have to go make some records for somebody else.
Ooh.
So it's going to be a long. It's, every day it's been Hops Pharaoh. Sorry, dual names. So we need to decide basically a way to end this. Ends in B flat. Interesting. Oh yeah, because I have a tritone from B flat to E. Interesting. Okay, so we need to decide two things. So we need not a looping, or it does need to be looping.
I was thinking, yeah, because
Probably does need to be a looping,
I
right?
think so. I was actually, yeah, very surprised that the Crimson Colonel's Bequest wasn't. But yeah, I feel like to be
I
most
think it might
useful,
have
it
been, and
would
we just
be.
kind of didn't notice.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, I think it might have been.
It's very possible.
No, dual names, don't even sweat it. I mean, we're doing this on stream, so
Yeah, we're work through stuff here.
yeah. We and honestly, like sometimes you have to take these critiques and sort them out and say, you know what? Hey, listen, especially if more than one person say the same thing, then you know that you got to make some adjustments there. Just like not QA, but more like beta testing in game dev, I guess.
Oh, sure. Yeah. I mean, I've seen people make the same, like when people get stuck in the same place, I'm like, I have to do something about that for
Yeah,
sure.
like 8 people get stuck in the
Yeah.
exact same place, and you're like,
Yeah.
yeah, listen, this isn't working.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
So no sweat at all.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be slower than that for sure.
What part's gonna be slower?
The endings,
Okay.
I think, unless you want them to be fast.
I don't know.
I feel like they shouldn't be. So this is at tempo 150.
Okay.
Or BPM 150. I kind of feel like starting a new track because if I use this same template, then I'm going to have to potentially switch instruments and that's going to screw up the MT32. So
Okay.
I want to do it effectively. So we're going to call this TCD final ending. We want to do the good or bad first?
Ooh, can we do a poll?
That's a good idea. Let's do a poll.
Can you do a poll? Do you know how? I don't know. I can't do it because
I don't know,
maybe I
maybe.
can. Can I? Can I? Are you trying or should
Pull.
I? Okay, you got it. Okay,
There
yeah,
you
you can
go.
do it. Okay,
Okay. Question.
yes. Yeah,
Should
Bill
we
Kun is you're
do
saying
a good
yeah.
song or a bad song first?
I was thinking the same thing, Bill Kun, for like the ending of that for the loop would be like yeah, build up and then slowly
I
descend
should
and
say
then do
not.
a loop.
I should not say good or bad. I should say good or evil, right?
Good or evil.
Because
I see. Sure, you're not gonna make a bad
we
piece
don't
of
want
music, are
we
you?
try, don't want to make a bad song, really. Allow additional votes? No. Duration 1 minute. Okay, let's see if this
All
works.
right.
Pull time. Did that work?
Yes,
Yeah,
it
it looks
did.
like it worked. Oh, I can actually vote on my own poll. That's not fair.
Are you going to?
No. Unless it's even, I guess I will,
Yeah.
but
Then you have to. Then you'll have to.
I
Yeah.
don't have a choice. And there's an even number of us watching in the on the stream at the moment, so good or gooder. Yeah, that's better.
Yeah.
That's much better. Oh, it looks like evil's winning the poll so far.
So far.
And we're almost done.
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, in terms of evil, like listening to the Rudy ending.
It's not really evil.
Yeah. It's kind of
It's
like
just slightly
down.
darker.
Yeah.
Or
Evil wins. Evil
evil
triumphs.
always wins. Okay, by a serious margin.
Mm-hmm. It wasn't even close.
Nope. Okay, final ending evil. Save final confrontation. No. I don't want to make any changes there, so let's do this. Let's do, oops, 5 MIDI tracks. I think that's all actually we need. Oh, and maybe a click track. Okay, great. Pro Tools is working the way it's supposed to still.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good start.
So when you're creating a piece that's supposed to kind of be the ending for something, how do you do that? Are you going to use? You said you're going to use this different instruments potentially, or same instruments, or
Probably different instruments and change the tempo. Because we're at 150 BPM.
yeah, we're going to want to go slower for that for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah.
Edenwaith and Deluxe Tux. It just proves you're nerds, and that means also that you're in the right stream. Wait, we're doing evil, aren't we?
Yeah, we're doing evil. Yeah, that kind of it kind of sounds like a letdown or disappointment almost. That's what I think of with the Rudy ending. It's kind of like, Your dual names, it sounds amazing, and it's not what we want.
No, it's the wrong song.
Ooh. Ooh.
I think we should record that.
That's awesome. Yeah. Really good.
And the tempo's about right. Okay, that gives us a starting point. And I think two things here. One, I want to separate this bass into a bass sound. So let's do that. Let's duplicate this and delete everything that's not bass. And then do the same thing here the opposite way. Delete everything that is a bass sound. So they changed up Pro Tools this last update and they added some features. Oh, there goes Julia. I got to get her back on Zoom. And then we should be good.
Okay, am I back?
You're back.
Yay.
Your camera's not back.
Oh
But you are
no.
back.
Oh, you know why? Because my Logitech thing is on. Hold on, let me turn it off.
Oh.
Go away. Start. Okay, there we go.
There you are.
Okay. Woohoo.
Okay, so let's see. That's an awful sound. That's a good sound.
Yep. This definitely feels like regret and disappointment, which is kind of what perfect and haunting disappointment.
I like the twangy bass.
I do. I like it too. It kind of sounds like a string just like broke or something, and you went bar. Great. It's good too. Like like I like. Ooh.
Cool. So we can do something like this.
The twang gives it a kind of frontier feel, right?
You know what it sounds like?
What? Copyright claim.
They might catch it.
It will. It will.
You
There's
think so? By the way, has anybody seen the new Top Gun? Maverick?
I hear good things. I hear good things.
Oh man, it was awesome. It might have been better than the first movie.
Oh.
It was that good. Stop taking my breath away.
Oh jeez.
Yeah, I won't do any spoilers, but I did see it on the airplane.
Oh, cool.
And it's pretty cool. I think it's well done. There was some stuff that I watched a little thing on YouTube or something with like real pilots saying, you know, what do they think of it, and they liked it for the most part. The one complaint was that what was it? That you're basically at the peak of your ability as a pilot when you graduate
younger.
that school. Yeah. It's not like something you can keep doing, whatever.
Yeah, it's like you know, it's like batting like in the major leagues or something. Like you need a like very, very fast reaction time.
Yeah, something. I don't know what it is exactly, but they said that basically the guys, like even if they were older, the experience doesn't win out in this
No,
case. It's like
it doesn't.
It doesn't win out. Yeah.
No, you're going so fast that you need like it's just
Yeah.
like the margin is so small.
But apparently the filming in the new movie is all real, whereas in the previous movie it was not real. Like there was real footage, but none of the scenes with the pilots in the cockpit were real, whereas in this movie they were all real. So like Tom Cruise wasn't actually flying, but he was in the cockpit,
Right.
doing
Oh my
something.
goodness.
Yeah. Aging pilots just become astronauts. Yeah. And then they go way faster. 17,000 miles an hour or whatever the hell they go in space, orbiting the Earth. That's something crazy. It's not, is it that fast?
It's really fast.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's something stupidly fast. Okay, so let's try to get a melody here.
Yeah,
Yes,
Cyberspace,
they
I read the
did.
same thing. Yeah, like apparently they did their own makeup and stuff, like in the cockpit and things. I don't know how this works. I kind of read
Yeah,
something or heard
who
something about
knows?
that. Yeah.
And they had to do all this training to do the movie.
Mm.
Like Tom Cruise made all the actors do it. So all I'm about is Transformers collab with a not great toy. Yeah. Excuse me. So we got to come up with some kind of melody. I think that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Something like that.
Oh yeah, something like that.
Not that sound.
It's not bad. So yeah, that sounds like a depressed banjo.
That actually kind of works the best, I think.
It's like a marimba
To
or
get like
something, isn't
a,
it?
it's an acoustic bass, but it's high, played up high.
It's good. It's good. I like how it's flat. It sounds like it cuts off quick, and it's kind of nice that way.
I'm hearing Yngwie Malmsteen guitar solos all over this. Yes, Mousimus. I actually just in my music production and songwriting class yesterday, we were watching Yngwie with symphony orchestra, the concert that I pulled up on YouTube, I think was 2 hours long. So it's like 2 hours of electric guitar with an orchestra, like concertos and whatever. Yeah, so romantic strings would work really really well along these lines. The problem is we can't use any good sounding instruments. We have to use the MT32. So I played last stream. I didn't actually compose any music, but I played on the last stream some of the music that I did for the trailers for Colossal Cave, which I think they keep changing the title, but I think it's Colossal Cave by Roberta Williams or Roberta Williams Colossal Cave or something. I'm not exactly sure what the title is because it was Colossal Cave 3D, blah blah blah. Yeah, it does have strings, dual names, but it's just not stringy sounding necessarily. It's very synthy sounding. I mean, all of it's synthy sounding pretty much. You can hear it, but that's what it is. So, anyway, on the last songs that I did, those used a lot of orchestral elements. So, I don't have to show those off again today, but if you want to see those are in the replay on Julia's YouTube channel, which you could put up if you want. Put up the
Oh,
link to
sure.
the YouTube
Can
channel.
do.
Um, Julia puts all the replays on her YouTube channel, so they're pretty much all there, I
Yep. Let's see. That was like just the last time we streamed.
think. Yeah, I like the 3D part of the title too, but I think yeah, pretty sure they killed it. I don't know. I don't know why.
Well,
It's not necessarily only. I think maybe the market is not only um, for VR, which is kind of like it's a VR game, but you can play it on Switch. That was what was advertised, the Switch port or whatever. Um,
yeah, it's kind of interesting. I feel like they were reluctant because they didn't want people thinking that it was only for VR. But like when you say 3D, it doesn't necessarily just mean VR. So I don't
no,
know.
but I mean now in the context, you don't really use the word 3D in games very much.
So it's just kind of old school.
Well, 3D really means the stupid red and blue glasses, right?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. Like no one thinks about like.
Like
Do we even people know about
Rad
those?
Racer
Like,
had a 3D mode. I don't know. This is above my pay grade. You'd have to ask Ken or Roberta Williams or Marcus Mira why they made the changes to the name. But I assume that it was probably because of some marketing, something to
I'm
do with
sure.
marketing or beta testing in the focus groups. I don't know how much what they're doing, but
Hmm.
so yeah, Rad Racer. I don't own a copy of the game, but and there's also 3D World Runner, which I also don't own a copy of, but in both of those NES games, in the packaging, there was, if you have the right thing, there's 3D glasses that came with those games. And if you pressed select, I think it turned the screen 3D, and it like basically just shook the image really quickly to make it look 3D, and you wore the glasses while you played the game.
Oh,
So
cool.
NES had on CRT whatever 3D games. I'm not doing the music for Colossal Cave. I just did the trailers. Um, right now, the music for Colossal Cave is being done by a guy named James Mulvale, and it's actually nothing like the trailer music. It's all ambient, from what I've heard, and it's like soundscapes as opposed to like music. It's more just kind of ambience. But I think I played. You had a dinosaur edutainment game with red and blue glasses. I actually have that game.
Of course.
I have a big box copy of that game.
What's it called?
I think it's called Dinosaur Adventure. I think it's called Dinosaur Adventure. Should I go get it and show it off on stream? I probably should,
Yes.
shouldn't I?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna put Julia only, and Julia can shout out the game for a second while I go find it.
Oh, this one? Okay, yeah. So, Dan is, yes, making amazing music. So this is like exactly what we would do on most music streams. Dan kind of does some awesome thing just spontaneously, and then we go with it. And you guys make your suggestions, which are always really super welcome, and a lot of that goes into the game music. Right now, I'm trying to get Dan to deliver 3 more tracks to me so I can put them in the game. I've been asking for the same tracks for like 3 months now, I think. But there's stuff you guys have all heard, stuff we did on stream together. But it's just a matter of like kind of polishing them up and packaging them up, making them into OGG files, and then sending them over to me so I can put them in the game. So I have to bug him about that. And yeah, he's mentioned as much. But we have plenty. We have so many tracks that we have to get into the game. Actually, I think I have a Google Doc that has like more like 25 plus tracks of different lengths and different uses. So the full game is going to have a good amount of stuff in it that you guys will, if you've been to stream regularly, then you'll find familiar, and if you're not, then you'll find it all wonderful surprises, and all of it's amazing. So. Yeah, 25 tracks. Yeah, I mean, yeah, some of them are like shorter than others. Some of them are like stings, like really quick things, and some of them are more long looping things. But yeah, I mean, we've pretty much did all the music I'd possibly want to do. I'd have to like go through the game again and see, but if there's any gaps where I, maybe one chapter has no music at all, but we'll have to see about that.
Out of stock. So here we go. 3D dinosaur adventure.
Oh my goodness, look at that box.
And the box is hexagon. Hexagon? What's 6? Hex?
Yes, that's hexagon.
Yeah. I'm not that smart. And if you look inside, sure enough, there's actually 2 sets of 3D glasses.
Oh, that's really a nice touch.
So, but what's missing in this box is the actual game CD-ROM, which I think is cheap. And this is a game I was trying to sell at one point. I don't know if I ever sold it, or I ever posted it for sale, but I'm eventually going to sell it.
Goemon Sama asks, will the soundtrack be available on Bandcamp or a site like that when it's done?
That's a good question. So we don't really know, but probably Bandcamp, because Bandcamp, at least, you're retaining the majority of the revenue. Whereas, like, if I put it on a streaming service, it's pointless without millions of streams. Whereas Bandcamp gives the audience the chance to actually support the creator. Or the other option is we've talked about, which is making a physical copy of it available on like cassette. So
yeah, well, we can do both of those things.
We could do both of those things. That's possible.
Yeah.
But at the very least, it'll be available somehow digitally. But I like the Bandcamp idea. I think that's what Brandon Bloom does with his soundtracks. So that's a cool way, because then you feel like you're actually supporting the artists, and you're still getting the same music and whatever, and high quality whatever, as opposed to streaming, which just is, like I said, kind of pointless.
What's
being done for the other sounds.
Yeah.
So yeah, we did some of that on stream before.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of like sound design in this game. I would say it's minimal on the sound design.
Yeah, just like some sounds here and there, like the doors opening and closing. Like I have my own sounds for that stuff that I made on like a browser type of thing. But
yeah, we're gonna try to replace all the sounds and make sure that the only thing that makes noise that you hear in the game is MT32.
Mm-hmm.
That's the goal.
That's the hope.
Yeah, that's the hope. Is that going to happen 100%? We hope so. Well,
I was just telling these guys while you were getting your dinosaur box that I've been struggling to get 3 of those tracks from you for the past 3 months.
Yes.
So
that's probably true. The MIDI files. Yeah, I don't think that's a possibility.
No.
I don't think that's a
possibility. What do you think? Or don't think?
I mean, I could put out the MIDI files. I just don't know if they'll play back correctly.
Oh.
I don't know how this compiles, how Pro Tools compiles the MIDI. Let me show how Pro Tools compiles the MIDI. So I'm not sure. And displaying messages, that's a whole nother level of programming that I'm not really going to have time to tackle. But you never know if somebody's, somebody, I know Anatoly has done it, DOS Nostalgia.
Ooh.
Maybe I can bug him about it. Put one file, or maybe put the theme song into a MIDI file, so at least the theme song is playable via MIDI.
Yeah.
That might be cool. And maybe he can figure out how to do it with the message. I feel like that's a little too much melody. There's not enough rest. Let's get some more space in this. Nope. Okay, that doesn't work. What the heck is going on here? Yeah, this is. They used to do it. They used to give me a whole window that popped out, and now they don't anymore. I don't know. Pro Tools literally just changed on this update. That's better. Something's wrong there. Oops. Nope. Yeah, that's better.
Hmm.
And there's a loop point if we want it.
That'd be awesome.
We want it to be looping?
Well, I was not planning it for it to loop, but if it loops, that's
How
fine
long
too.
does it
'Cause
need to be if it doesn't loop?
That's a good question. I mean, if it easily is going to loop, then let's just do the loop.
Okay. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it will.
Yeah, then that's cool.
Let's listen to it. Oops. Control Shift. There we go. What did it say? Starting playback is not supported? What the hell does that mean? I've never seen that message before. Oh God. Okay, let's try this again. I do not like the look and sound of that. Okay, there we go. That was a bug.
Ugh.
That's the kind of stuff Pro Tools has been doing to me lately.
It's great.
Yeah, I don't think you noticed the loop really.
No, it's fantastic. So it's what's great about this is that I could just play it once or I could loop it.
Yep.
if I need. That's perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect.
Yep. Let's try to get that last sound in there that we had,
That's
or
nice.
whatever it was. Okay, so we're gonna put that there. Something's wrong here. What's going on? Ah, that's what's wrong. There we go. Doesn't really sound like what I want it to sound like. So what's hard about the MIDI and the MT32 for me is that if I wanted the sound that I actually want, like I know exactly where to go to get that sound, even in this mess of plugins and whatever, all kinds of junk, I know exactly where to go.
Mm-hmm.
Where it is. And I'll play you the sound that I actually want. And then
I kind of like
you'll
that bell.
hear.
That kind of occasional bell toll is
This is the
nice.
actual sound I want.
Okay. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you can't do that. That's totally cheating.
No, it's it would be, but
Cheating
I
badly.
totally could tell what you wanted to do with that.
Yeah.
Like you wanted a bell
This
toll.
is that's what I get, and this is what I want.
I don't mind the first one. I think you put a
It's
couple
not
of
bad.
those in. I think it's great. I really like the bell toll, and even this version.
Oops.
It sounds very doomy. Not Doom the game, but doom and gloom. Thank you.
Ooh, I got an idea. How many instruments do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think we can get one more, maybe. Without crashing the MT32. Maybe. Maybe not. What the heck is going on there? There we go. Yeah, so here's what I was talking about with the strings. That's
Mhm.
strings.
Sure.
They're very synthy.
Hmm.
But let's try it.
Mm.
Something like
Mm-hmm.
that could work.
Oh, sure.
You're too agreeable today, Julia. Wrong octave.
Awesome.
Something like that.
Something like that. Yeah, maybe if I butter you up enough, you'll actually get me those tracks that I wanted.
No, you're wrong. Okay. I don't know. I'm pretty happy with what we got here right now.
Yeah, I'm pretty
So
happy with
let's
it too.
listen to it from the top and with the loop and see how it sounds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
I like it.
Oh yeah. I like it too.
So I think with that, I'm going to be happy with where we're at right now. We're going to
I'm
save
very
this
pleased with
as
that.
the evil. Um,
Evil.
this is the final ending. It's not particularly evil, but it's
No, no, we didn't want evil
what's a good
necessarily.
descriptive word for this?
That's like a downbeat kind of
Morose?
morose. Yeah, morose is nice.
Something like that. I don't know. I don't know what the best word is for it, but something like that would be cool.
Yeah.
So I think at this point, hopefully before you get kicked off again, because I know you're going to get kicked off this
Six
game.
minutes and 53 seconds.
Okay, perfect. That's plenty
Perfect.
time. Exactly. Black and white Nancy.
That's okay.
Before Julia gets black and whited again. Um, I think this would be a good stopping point for me, and we'll pick up on the next stream on the good theme if that works for you.
Absolutely.
Cool. So I want to thank everybody for being here. Let's go back to this view. There we go. As usual on Crimson Tuesday. Next Crimson Tuesday, what will we be doing, Julia?
We will be going back to more pixel art stuff for the introductory sequence. I do have that new play Biomenace for 10 minutes, 10,000 point redemption, so hopefully someone cashes that in. And I'm starting a new Let's Play of a new EGA adventure game from a studio I haven't played yet on stream. So I'm super, actually, I haven't played anything from the studio ever, so I'm really looking forward to that.
Oh, is
So
that
you guys will see
secret? Is
that.
that a surprise?
It's going to be a surprise, super
Okay,
secret
cool.
surprise.
Cool.
Yeah.
So we didn't actually need to refer to any of that stuff. Now the only question that remains is who do we need to rate up? Oh. Uh
Just Jeffrey says we'll have about 90 minutes of Biomenace next week then. I'm gonna limit it to maybe 2 redemptions per stream is what I'm
That's a
gonna
good
do
idea.
with
It'll say out of
that.
stock like mine.
Yeah,
Why the hell
exactly.
does mine say out of
I
stock?
don't
We
know
don't
what
know.
that is.
Um okay, so we actually have Cobra Commanda is playing Phantasmagoria, which is interesting.
Very spooky.
That's Roberta Williams' game,
It
maybe one of her
is.
favorite games. Um, so that kind of is cool. Although, let's see, Kilgore Trout is playing Heroes of Might and Magic, which is a favorite of mine. It's the Might and Magic series in general is like a favorite of mine. The Heroes games, Might and Magic 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Even I didn't love the 10th one, the Legacy, but I liked all those games, so they're pretty good.
I've never
Heroes
played
of
them.
Might and Magic, pretty much all the games are good. The third one being like the magnum opus. But it's really cool if you've played some of the other games because you see the characters cross over between the games and you're like, "Oh, I know this character. Oh, I know this setting." You kind of know the settings for the games. So that's cool. But I think I don't know, what do you think? We should raid Cobra Commander? You want to do somebody else?
It is up to you. I rated last time. I rated. I can't remember, but I did not rate Cobra Commander.
Okay.
So
I don't even know if I remember Cobra Commander, but let's raid them.
Cobra Commander is awesome.
Okay, good. Cobra Commander.
Robot Space was last week. Oh, he was playing that Apple II looking adventure game with the
Ooh,
windows.
Mystery House.
No, no, he was playing. What was it called? It was really weird. It was cool that he finished it last time, so I wonder what he's going to start up.
It's cool because I've never played Phantasmagoria, and yet I've gotten the chance to work with Roberta Williams, so that's pretty cool.
It is. I mean, who knew? Who would have thought, right?
Uninvited. Ooh. Oh,
You
that's
know that one?
cool. Yeah, I know Uninvited. Sure, I know the NES one probably better, but I do know the PC Mac. That
Okay.
actually that box is kind of tough to find. It's not a very attractive um, PC box or whatever Mac
I don't
box.
know how you know all this stuff. Like I showed these guys the Wizards and Warriors box the other time,
Oh,
and I told them
nice.
I showed it to you, and you're like, you knew that it came with figurines. I'm like, how do you
Oh,
know
that's a
that?
different Wizards and Warriors.
Yeah.
So there's another series, Wizards and Warriors from NES, that's
Okay.
not related to that one that you showed me.
Right.
Yours was a '90s game. These are like
Yes.
NES. There's like it's a bunch of NES games. There's a Game Boy game. There's a few others.
Wow.
Nerd. Just say it. I know you want to.
Nerd.
Yep. I'll take that. All right, let's rate up Cobra Commanda and see what's going on
Cool.
in Phantasmagoria.
Happy Crimson Tuesday, guys.
All right. Raid now.